What's going on, guys? This is my post-ride review of the Honda Transalp 750. Got to send a huge shout out to Hunter, Tommy, and the rest of the gang over at Stub Cycles for allowing me to throw a leg over this machine and bring it to you. In the description below, you will find a link to the ride-along video. That way you can see this machine in action and you can see my reaction to it in real time. So let's dive into it, guys. Look, full disclosure, I've got weird crushes when it comes to these middleweight adventure bikes. And I'll say it again and again and again. The Honda Transalp, well, it did everything to just re-solidify any kind of kissy-kiss love affair that I have with this class of bike. So forgive my internal bias when it comes to this machine, but I gotta tell you, I had a ball with it. So what makes it fun? Well, first of all, it's the fact that it is pretty much a bare bones bike. It's checking in just shy of $10,000. And because of that, well, you might be tempted to think that it's built to a price point, but it really isn't. It's a great clean slate that you can add different crash bars, skid plates, you can add luggage boxes to this thing. There's all kinds of versatility that you can add to this motorcycle, or you leave it just like you found it and you've got a bike that's got a whole lot of personality and a motorcycle that feels in essence like you're riding a dirt bike everywhere you go. I mean, I almost feel like you're getting away with something with this bike, something that I happen to enjoy. And speaking of this bike, let's talk about the specs. Its engine is 750cc parallel twin, the same engine that you'll find in the Hornet 750, so it's packing a punch. Roughly 92 horsepower and 55 pound-feet of torque, if memory serves me correctly, because I feel like my mind's been warped a little bit by this bike. It does not feel like it's making 92 horsepower. I would believe you if you said that it was making 110. This bike will absolutely scoot, and it's got a very playful nature about it. It's a parallel twin, but it will still like to rev out a little bit. It makes peak power at 9,500 RPM, peak torque at 7,250. So it's a motorcycle that, well, it rewards a playful attitude. Funny thing, if you watch that ride-along video in the back lot where I'm showing braking and how easy it is to maneuver that bike in a slow turn, well, I kind of gas the throttle and the bike stands up a little bit in a power wheelie, okay? The bike is a freaking riot to ride. And the cool thing about it is that not only does it offer up versatility and, well, just a playful nature, it's very flickable and it feels much lighter than the claimed 465 pounds wet weight that this bike is carrying around with it. So, gotta tell you, I had a ball with this machine. It was a bit more capable than I ever thought it was gonna be. Cruising down the highway, it had decent power on reserve, but it was a downshift away from really moving out. Again, that parallel twin, not so grunty as you may find in a V-Strom, but certainly did like to rev and would reward your efforts in trying to play with a nice little top end rush as you are nearing that 9,000 RPM number. So guys, I gotta say, I don't think that you can go wrong if you're looking at the Transalp. There are a couple of motorcycles that you're probably going to be bouncing around. I had mentioned the V-Strom 800 from Suzuki, one of my all-time favorite versions of a middleweight adventure bike. The cool thing about the V-Strom is that it develops power much lower, but it doesn't have the top-end rush that the Honda does, so they really are quite different in their approach. Another motorcycle that I did want to bring into this conversation is a bike that I recently rode, which was the Triumph Tiger 800. Now, that motorcycle, well, let me tell you how it is different from the Transalp. It's in the fact that you read the specs on the Triumph and you expect more, where you read the specs on the Transalp, you expect less but get quite a bit more. And I gotta tell you guys, with all of the kit that you could throw at a Transalp, I think when I did the configurator online, I think I got it to about $13,000 with every conceivable option. So there's a lot of room to play and a lot of room to grow if you were to choose to do so. Can't say the same about the majority of bikes in this class. Versatility, value, fun factor, this bike's got it all. Listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with this, but I am going to say, again, a huge shout out and thank you to Hunter and Tommy over at Stubbs for allowing me to do this for you. And with that, Post up in the comments, let me know what you think about this bike, and if you've made it this far in the video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps the channel out way more than you know. Take care, guys.